We welcome you back. Dylan Brooks arriving for work in OKC, hoping the Suns can do something much better than they did the other day. Oof. When they just got throttled by the champs.
Man.
Points off turnovers, 34-2, the largest
but how to do it
in
25 years?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Final was 118-94. Well, game 2 comes up later tonight here on ESPN, and George Sedano is going to be working the sidelines. Get me pumped up for this game 2, George.
You know, Ernie, what I find fascinating about this OKC team, even as young as they are, I've always admired how mature they are and their level of confidence. I've been coming here for 3 years from when they were in the play-in a couple of years ago, and they always had that with them. But then last year they added your son, Alex Caruso, and they leaned on him with his championship experience, and they now know what it takes to win those 16 games, but they understand the highs and lows of it. So to me, they're always fascinating to watch because they can turn the game on a dime, as you guys mentioned. You know, that game was somewhat competitive, and then all of a sudden they started turning Phoenix over and over and over again, and it's just that. They never get too high. They never get too low. Mark Daigneault calls it kind of being able to come back to zero, both in between games and certainly within the game. So I just admire what they're able to accomplish. And if you love basketball, you got to love watching OKC, Ernie.
Yes, indeed. George Sedano, thank you very much. I hope you enjoy the game tonight out there at the Paycom Center in OKC. Before this series started, Devin Booker was asked, what are the keys for you going in against OKC? And he said, everything. But it was that was a tough way to open a series, man.
Well, it's turnovers. You're turning the ball over, obviously, too much. You're not getting shots on possession. And then they're turning those non-shots on possession into baskets, 34-2. That sums it up. You lose by 30 points. That's where the game is won up. Protect the basketball, get a great shot, get the ball into Booker's hand, get the ball into Jalen Green's hand, and without turning the basketball over. You're going to be in the game. Can you win? Still a tall task. But there's no way you can give Oklahoma City extra possessions off of turnovers.
What do you think you do on the day off to prepare for that after that kind of a game 1?
Well, I mean, you know, they're professionals, so they're definitely going to come in and play hard. But in the words of the great Rasheed Wallace, you got to play hard. You got to have a damn near perfect game against OKC. OKC is focused, they're dedicated, they're still hungry, and they want to win. They know what it takes to win. They understand it to win. And they just have to, you know, do everything right. You know, Kenny made a great point. One thing you cannot do is turn the ball over against OKC. You know, Phoenix, at times, they want to get out and run and gun with OKC. I think that's a mistake, but, you know, they have to play a great game. Jalen has to play out of his mind. Devin has to play out of his mind. We're also going to need a scoring from the crazy man, too.
They're both among the league leaders in points off turnovers. OKC number 1, and they certainly showed that in game 1. SGA didn't have a great shooting night. He was only 28% in the opener, but he hit more free throws than the Suns did as a team. You
know what the one thing, Chuck, when you watch Oklahoma City play defensively, watch tonight. When you watch the first game, when we're a point guard, this is what I always know, so you can bring the ball comfortably up from end line to half court. Not against Oklahoma City. They pick you up full court every possession. So all of a sudden, it takes time off the clock. I never understood. I know an 82-game schedule, but I never understood why teams allow people not to think bringing up the ball from baseline to the half-court line. Oklahoma City makes you make decisions in the backcourt as well. That's why they turn people over, and that's why they're so good.
But the number one thing that does, Ernie, to pick it back on Kenny's point, that shortens the shot clock. So if you take off 8 to 10 seconds, 12 seconds, you haven't even started your play yet. And now the shot clock's on your back. But this game is all about pride tonight. This ain't got nothing to do with X's and O's. This is about Jims and Joes. Like, when somebody just kick your ass as a player, as a man, and everybody watching.
How are you going to respond?
How are you going to respond? Now, do I think my Suns can win this series? Hell no. But as a basketball player, when you get humiliated like that, You said what you do on your off day. The coach can't show you no tape because that's Freddy Krueger type stuff. That's a horror movie. But if I'm the coach who's done a hell of a job, should get some votes for Coach of the Year. I'm saying, guys.
Jordan Ott, yeah.
Yeah, guys, we're not going to watch this tape. That was embarrassing. It was humiliating. We didn't represent Phoenix, the Suns. We got to – hey, if you guys go out there and play hard, give me everything you got, and they beat us, I can live with it. But what happened Sunday was unacceptable. OKC
had an NBA record 11 30-point wins this season. They open up these playoffs with a 35-point pound over Detroit.
I'm really curious about that game tonight.
Yeah, can't wait to see it. It'll be right here on ESPN. 4 days into the playoffs, and already 5 teams have lost the home court advantage. Certainly ample fodder for Scoop D'Agostino to chronicle in this week in the NBA.
Mr. and Mrs. North and South America and all the ships at sea, let's go to press. Now you're probably saying, Scoop, it's only been a couple days since we last saw the inside guys. What could have possibly have happened? Well, boatloads of stories have been bandied about, but don't fret, my pet. That's what Scoop's here for, to keep you glued to the news like Wemby on a would-be score. And that's where we begin this week, as Victor Wembanyama, fresh off his first career playoff victory on Sunday, received some personal accolades on Monday, as the ubiquitous Wemby became unanimous, as in the first ever unanimous winner of the Defensive Player of the Year award. You know who wasn't a finalist for the award? 4-time winner Rudy Gobert. In Game 2 against Denver, the Stifle Tower limited Nikola Jokic to 1 for 8 shooting when guarding him, as the Wolves even the series up against the Nugs. Still salty about the DPOY snub, Gobert snapped back.
I was lucky because I'm not a top 3 defender. I cannot do that, so I was lucky.
Jaden McDaniels, what do you think is the best way to beat the Nuggets?
Go out for Jokic, Jamal, all the bad defenders, Tim Hardaway, Cam Johnson, Aaron Gordon, the whole team. Like, just go at it.
They're all bad defenders.
Yeah, they're all bad defenders.
The Wolves feeling cheeky as they trek back to the Twin Cities. Meanwhile, the Hawks are no strangers to being maligned at the Mecca, and it didn't take the Garden Groners long to find a new public enemy number 1 in the absence of Trae Young. Meet C.J. McCollum, who claimed Jalen Brunson belongs on a Broadway show after this love tap in Game 1. C.J. was caught jawing with old Pels teammate Jose Alvarado in Game 2. McCollum got the last word, though, as C.J. poured in 32, and the Hawks outscored the Knicks by 13 in the 4th, making McCollum the new villain in Gotham.
I am no villain. I'm a nice guy with 2 kids and a wife. I think it's admiration. If anything, I think it's a sign of respect.
In the other series Monday, Mitchell and Harden combined for 58 as Cleveland is up 2-0 in the series and has won 12 straight playoff games against Toronto. Off the floor, the Bulls cleaning house. Billy Donovan, more like Billy Donovan in Chicago. 226 wins in 6 seasons, just 1 playoff victory. The Bulls will enter next season with a new shot caller, play caller, and the most loot to throw around in the offseason. To Tuesday's tussles, B.J. Edgecombe, away from home, had himself a night. 30 points and 10 rebounds. First rookie to do that in a playoff game since Tim Duncan in '98, as Philly gets a surprise win after losing by 32 to Boston in Game 1. Kevin Durant returned for Houston, but was hounded by the full-of-heart Marcus Smart. KD had a playoff career worth 9 giveaways as the Lakers take away 2 wins as the series tilts to Texas. And Wemby took a literal fall from grace, landing on his face, allowing Portland to chase down a victory in Game 2. A woozy Wemby could leave the series in the balance. As always, we're giving you the scoops on hoops right here on This Week in the NBA Playoffs.
That was brutal on Wemby. So he's in concussion protocol, 48 hours with no activity, and then you see how he's doing.
They don't play again to Friday, which is a break for him.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, as they travel to Portland.
Yeah, that was hard. That was hard for him.
Hey, the Lakers. Did you? Nobody had the Lakers up 2-0.
Nobody did
in this series. Nobody did.
I did.
No, you.
Why wouldn't I?
Because no Doncic, no Reeves.
I'm always go with the king. He's a great player. He plays the right way. And if the others step up, like my boy Luke Kennard did,
2-0
at home. Let me finish.
Marcus
at home.
Smart.
At home. They play well. KD didn't play the first game, so I know he's going to win that game. KD didn't play well the second game. That's why
Look
they
into
won
the
that game.
camera and say, I had the Lakers winning 2-0.
I had Lakers winning at home, yes.
No, not
Lakers
me.
winning
Look
2-0.
into the camera.
Next thing you're going to
I
say,
had
you
the Lakers
just tell
winning
somebody
2-0.
you good looking. Lie too.
It's the reason why I got 4, you got 0, he got 2, because I know what
You
the
had
hell I'm
Kobe
talking
Bryant,
about.
Dwayne Wade.
Oh, no, I was 3-time Finals MVP. Google me, bum.
Hey, how about Minnesota and Denver now going to Minnesota tied up at a game apiece? Jaden McDaniels says they're all bad defenders. Go at them.
I don't think you should have said that.
Why?
Because you don't poke the bear.
Why not?
You don't poke the bear.
Yeah, you do. Yes,
Listen,
you do.
You
go
can
in the
think
woods
that.
and you poke the bear.
Yeah,
and you stab him. And you make a fur coat.
You can think that.
And you go into the mall naked with your fur coat on and say, hey, I stabbed the bear
you can think
and I killed
that.
him.
And we've all said stuff like that in the locker room, and coaches have said it to players, and players said it to coaches. But I don't think you poke the bear in the middle of a series.
Scared of something?
You're one. No, it's not about being scared. You don't want to give anybody. It's hard enough to win. Listen. First of all, you can say what you want to. I don't think he should have said it personally. It's my personal opinion.
The Atlanta Hawks and the New York Knicks are tied up at a game apiece with that comeback by Atlanta tonight.
Eric, give my wings now.
After the game, that's all I did.
Eric.
I just FaceTime Shaq and just said, oh, and hung up.
He did.
Just hung up. But the one thing about the Atlanta Hawks, which is very underrated, is their size on the perimeter. And their size on the perimeter is very difficult to keep off the offensive glass, the defensive glass, and in transition. So when those 3 guys are out there, and then you throw CJ as the scoring point guard, they are very difficult to play against. The Knicks have to be a little bit more physical if they really want to try to impede the progress of these young guys flying around the court. They just flying around, and their age and their athleticism and their youth was really on display in the last game. So to win this game, they have to be a lot more physical, with Mitchell Robinson, OG Anunoby, and Josh Hart. They have to be much more physical. And then Jalen Brunson's going to have to take the defensive challenge when they seek him out.
That's all you got to say about the Hawks? You're not going to say that Jalen Johnson is a star? He's a stud in this league and he doesn't get talked about a lot. Jalen Johnson is a player.
That perimeter is unbelievable.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Young and good.
I thought
They're on the rise.
The Hawks are back.
I thought that was
please.
I thought that was basically a pick'em series going in. I think that the Knicks can't overreact. They had a 12-point lead in the fourth quarter, so they outplayed them for 3.5 quarters basically. They just got to finish. But I thought that was a 6 or 7 game series.
Oh my gosh. This guy, man. Y'all just do whatever he says too, but it is funny.
We got it. No, we got it. That's right.
You got it. You got your wings.
Come on, Jalen.
You can't even tell that those are wings when it's just laying on your shoulder.
These are wings.
We need to see you doing this.
But it's the money wings. This dude got money wings. Yeah, come on, man.
Hook me up, Eric.
See, you got too much time on your hand.
Hook me up, Eric. Come on.
I got way too much time on your hand.
Put the hanger in the back of the collar. Hurry up.
Oh, my goodness.
Right there.
There you go.
Oh, this is entertaining.
Oh, we got it. It's coming. Don't worry about it.
Forget it. We know what. There you go.
Jalen Johnson, come on, baby. You're a star.
I'll admit it was worth the wait. I'll admit.
Bring me my wings.
What? Back your money.
Yes.
You really are. And Shaq and the Fool comes your way next.
Oh, he just did it.